And the first periodic table is going to be states of matter. Okay, states of matter. So solids, liquids, gases. Now, you pick whatever color you want. I am going to pick blue. And the first one, okay? So the first one, I'm creating my key up here. These are liquids. All right? And there are only 2 liquids on the periodic table, naturally occurring. Okay? That's not to say that you can't turn some of the others into liquids, but naturally occurring, all right, there are only 2. And they are mercury, okay, right there, and bromine. All right? So right there on the periodic table. Now, if you want to shade them in, you can. Just make sure that you don't shade it in so dark that you can't see it. But I'm just going to outline them. All right. The next state that I'm going to do is going to be gases. Now, on the periodic table, I'm going to start with radon right here. All right, over here in the corner. And I'm going to go up all the way to helium. And then I'm going to go over to nitrogen. And then come back, down, pick up chlorine. And then down from there.
Those are all gases?
Those are all gases.
You're going to need to give me a hot minute to do this one.
Okay? If you look on the periodic table on the wall, it's all the red elements. Those are all the gases. There's one other one that's on the left side of the periodic table, and that is hydrogen. All right, so what do you think the rest are? They are solids. So pick one final color for that one, and the rest are all going to be solids.
What is that?
That is a tranquil waterfall.
It does not sound good. That sounds...
That sounds like a
Yeah.
straw when you finish the drink.
We have to color in everything else. That's what you're saying.
All the other elements are solids.
Solid.
I am serious.
What are the ones with the 2 numbers?
I mean the ones with 2 numbers.
There's like 2 different numbers and 2 of them.
That's where your bottom section is actually pulled out. Go ahead and color that too.
Scribble.
So there are by far a lot more solids on the periodic table than anything else. Do what? That's up to you. I'm going to.
Going to what?
Box everything in.
You call me lunch strap?
It's called an extra large. You see,
I'm struggling now to say words.
you could say ranch just fine. Yeah, you say you're gonna be a little.
All right. So when you're done, should look something like that.
I'm not ready.
Okay?
I haven't been in a long time.
Maybe Kyle, you should find him.
I was a just dance.
What's the next one?
Hold up.
Gonna be called. Is it gonna be atomic stuff?
Not exactly.
What about the rose?
You said you baked
We'll get there.
today, or you
What?
what?
What page?
All right. Anybody need more time?
No. Riley?
Okay, I'll give you
2 seconds.
slight amount more time.
I'm good, G.
I'm done right now. You said that you were
Could it
maybe.
be,
I
could
think
nitrogen
mine
be a
looks
gas
the
and a
best.
liquid? Because there's.
Well, it can be, but naturally occurring is going to be a gas.
Did you do these two? I gotta see. You did them in Oh, you didn't let that little thing go on. See,
That one little.
Orange.
And that one blue round fire.
I hate this one. It's making me stressed. It makes me feel like I'm at This music makes me want to go sick. I'm stressed. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
are we doing like the
Yes,
like
my
metals?
best one.
The middle?
Metals.
Yeah.
My best one is even
All right. The next periodic table. Okay, this one is going to be metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Okay, metals, non-metals, metalloids. Now, you can use the same colors over again. That's fine, because we're going to make a new key for each periodic table. Now, one thing that I want you to make sure that you do, we are going to draw a stair-step line. And do not do this until you know exactly where it's going to go, because I always have people who are like, Mr. Harrington, I messed up. Okay, well, don't mess up, all right? to make sure you know exactly where it is. So it's going to start to the left of boron. Okay, right there. And then from there, it is a stair step line.
I messed
Okay?
up already.
It just walks down the periodic table. All right? And it stops in between astatine and tennessine.
I'm so stupid, I boxed it in.
Hey,
Yep, don't do that. All right, so that's where your stair step line should go. Now, what this stair step line does is it divides the sides of the periodic table. So one side you have the metals, the other side you have the non-metals.
Oh wow, this actually works.
Okay?
I can't say it now.
Officially unboxed.
Is that it? Oh, she's boxed it in again.
you're blonde, Barry.
What about the other pass?
You said something
How do you fill it in?
No, it stops right there. All right. Now, from there,
It sounds like some Minecraft music. That's what it is.
okay, listen. The first group that I'm going to label, these are going to be the metalloids.
So the ones that I underlined that must boxed in again.
So the one we did the staircase is.
That is a separation between the metals and the non-metals.
Oh, so it's not.
Okay? It's not actually labeling anything. It's just a place on the periodic table that's a separation point.
So what about
Now, listen.
You can't tell me that.
Hold on.
I don't know.
The metalloids, okay? They are right along that stair step line. They are the ones that are in between the metals and the non-metals, and they have characteristics that are similar to both. They have some that are like metals, some that are like non-metals. So, first one is boron. That's a metalloid. Aluminum is not. So do not box in aluminum with this color. Okay? You have silicon, then germanium, arsenic, antimony, polonium. Sorry, I missed tellurium. Tellurium is also one.
These are some big words.
And then astatine.
Oh,
All right?
wait.
So boron,
So those elements right there.
silicon.
This is not therapeutic. I'm very stressed out.
Yeah, I'm stressed about unboxing.
Calm down,
I'm so
girls.
stressing.
I think it's fun. Would you rather be doing
Stressing
like
out about the
anything
pencil.
else in science right now?
Yes,
Wow.
I'd rather be somewhere else. Honestly.
All right.
Wait, I'm
I
not
fell
done.
asleep.
Next section.
I have to. I see it right there.
Next section I'm going to box in. Going to be non-metals.
Metals, got it.
Non-metals. Okay? And these are going to be on the right side. So basically, to the right of the stair step line, you have your non-metals. And it's going to start with radon here over to the right, and then go up, and then everything to the right of that metalloid section. Those are all non-metals.
That's not part of the numbers.
Okay, and then the one other non-metal is hydrogen. That's the only one that's on the left side of the periodic table.
What about the rest?
Well, we're gonna get there. We got one other thing we got labeled.
You say helium or hydrogen?
Well, hydrogen is on the left. Helium and hydrogen are both non-metals. And then from there, everything else is a metal.
So back, eight of them.
Everything else.
Everything else. So most things on the periodic table are metals.
Crap.
Two boxes in.
No, not that one. I actually colored over the blue.
No, but you will need to know these groups.
No. I think we can do the metal one. Maybe not the
I
stains.
could probably handle the stains of that. You could. I could.
Next one is the ones that are not sanitized.
I mean, if you have fun with it. Can the next one be shiny and not shiny? I think I can remember that one. You guys are this. I'm not. Daddy, you said I'll just remember that anything seen is good because there's no show.
So,
Oh my gosh, I forgot the whole lower half of the videos.
copper's not shiny. Calcium's not shiny.
My bones, they don't shine.
I can't say that. Not shiny. Chlorine.
They're really not shiny. I can't say that.
Each one stands for gold.
Could you turn that off?
Die! All the turn. Yes, my particular.
Are you fun?
24 out of 25.
All right, everybody got this one finished?
Excuse me, what time is it?
8:31. Okay, flip it over.
Everything you could have.
All right, this is the one that you will need the most colors on.
So all of them?
You'll need probably all 6 that you have. Yeah.
Delicious. I like eating colored pencils.
That would be me in a second grade.
No, you guys want to be friends.
I was
I don't know. I could be friends with. So. Could you though? Would they even want to be friends with you?
All right. Listen. First group on this periodic table, and leave some room for this key because you're going to have a lot of things to label. So this first section,
gonna be Billy Bob Joe's house.
these are the alkali metals. All right, alkali metals. And look, starting with lithium, do not label hydrogen. Hydrogen's not a metal. So starting with lithium, it is that entire column other than hydrogen.
That's a lot.
no hydrogen.
No hydrogen. Hydrogen is not a metal.
It's not obvious. It's really hard. Would it be non-metals for like hydrogen?
Hydrogen would be a non-metal, yeah.
So,
It's a gas. All right, my next group.
gas A.
These are going to be the alkaline
Ooh, we changed.
earth metals. Okay, alkaline earth metals. And that's going to be the column right next to it. It's going to be starting with beryllium and all the way down.
Metal man.
Which one's gallium?
GA, right there. 31.
These are toxic guys. I like gallium.
All right,
There's like a
next group. These are going to be the transition
ooh.
metals. Okay? Transition metals. And it's this entire short section right here in the middle.
Is that why it's not one of those column things?
Kind of. All right, so it's that box right there. Not the two bottom rows.
Oh, I almost did that. Wait, one of the guys that did something with the atomic thing has a name. Named after
Named after, like there's one after
Rutherford.
Rutherford and Einstein, and there's several that are on there. Bohr,
This periodic table?
borium. All right. Next group, I'm going to label green. And these are called the halogens. All right, and I'm going to start with fluorine over here on the right side, and it's only the first four elements in that column. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine.
What's wrong with?
I just heard fluorine.
Can't read that in the other one.
Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine.
Was it like liquids?
No, they are very reactive elements.
What's the deadliest, like, element?
Deadliest?
Kryptonite.
I mean, it depends on like how you want to be killed. Like,
Arsenic's pretty deadly.
it is.
Okay, like, if you were to kill someone, what element would you use?
I mean, are you talking like most reactive?
No, I don't know.
What do you want to know? I'm just, she wants to murder.
I mean,
If I look it up, I'm just
francium
gonna
would cause a pretty large explosion when it comes into contact with water.
Wait, kryptonite's natural name?
Krypton. All right,
Oh no, that's
next group.
pink.
I'm labeling this pink.
I'm really doing it.
These are going to be the noble gases.
Nobleman.
I know which one. What is this periodic table
Oh, sorry, should have put groups. I'll write that here in a second. So on the periodic table, starting with helium, it goes down to radon,
And hydrogen.
not hydrogen.
Oh crap.
Not hydrogen.
Did you win so?
And
Okay? So those right there do not include oganesson. And I forgot to label this earlier, but these are your periodic table groups. Hydrogen is not a noble gas.
yeah.
There are gases on the periodic table that are not noble gases, like nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine. They're all gases, but they're not noble gases.
Oh, I messed that up big time.
The reason that they're called noble gases is because they are extremely stable because they have filled outer energy levels and they don't want to react with things. Kind of like, you know, kings and queens wouldn't want to come and react or come and interact with the regular people. That's the way it is with noble gases. They don't really want to come and react with the other elements. All right. Next section, next group. These are going to be the inner transition metals.
Almost out of colors.
Okay? Inner transition metals. And these are the two rows at the bottom of the periodic table.
You have to use more than 6.
No, this is the last one.
This is 6 colors. Oh, this is the last one.
Because it is.
What about the other?
I'll tell you here in a minute.
You have the color bad and
Okay? So those two rows right there, those are your inner transition metals.
Is that the last of them?
Those are the last that we're going to color. Now, I will tell you this. I am going to go ahead and label a couple other groups here. Actually, 4 other groups. So you can just use like a pencil or pen to do this. So this column right here, this is your boron group.
Next one's gonna be the
Because boron is the first element.
carbon group.
This next one is the carbon group.
You're so smart.
like the whole
Yep, that whole column. Then this next one is the nitrogen group.
Instead of oxygen, they should put oxygen.
And then the last one
Oxygen.
is the oxygen group.
Wait, what about the pretty little at the bottom?
They're left out in the
What
cold.
about half of that?
It's left out in the cold too. It's just a non-metal.
Red, white, and
All right.
sorry. We done?
Nope, we got one more periodic table.
Darn it.
We may have to stop there though. The bell's gonna ring here in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I am gonna stop right there.
Woohoo!